Oops. Hi guys, bonjour mes amis, I'm Booger, welcome aboard. I am, they call me Booger. Chicken pot pie. Alright, so a couple things here. I don't know how I'm going to cook this in. I wanted to make mini pot pies. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see what I got to work with. I'll show you all the stuff that works in the air fryer. You get the dimensions of the inside of your air fryer pan, and you can find anything that's oven safe, oven proof, will work in the air fryer. Okay, trust me. Silicone, cookware, all that stuff. Okay, anyways. Another thing, with this recipe, I always make my own cream of chicken soup. You know how you can buy the can and all that stuff when you make like green bean casserole and stuff like that? I make my own. So if you don't want to do that, then you can get the can. It'll work just the same. But the seasoning that I use is very key in this. So a substitute for that, I'll probably remind you as I'm working with that, is Goya chicken flavor packets. Okay, that stuff has got beautiful spices like parsley flakes, and it's very good instead of using like plain old chicken broth. Wow. Okay, so I have 1 chicken breast, that's all I need, and a bag of vegetables. Et voila. Okay, so you guys ready? Let's go. Chin chin. So I've got a lot going on. Okay, it's just a chicken breast, a large chicken breast. I'm gonna show you that first, and we're gonna cook this head. I was debating whether to cut it into pieces or, excuse me, leaving it whole. We're just gonna leave it whole and kind of shred it apart. You can do it either way. Salt, plain and simple, and pepper. Okay, so I'm gonna do that to both sides and change the angle to the air fryer and all that stuff. But I'm gonna show you what I got to work with here that works in the air fryer, because my pan is about almost 10 inches wide, so anything that's below like 9 inches and below fits. So we have a cheesecake pan, springform pan that we could use. That fits perfectly in it. This is a bread loaf pan. It's about 9 inches, I do believe. Anyways, I always put the link to, if I show this in a video, it comes in a set of 2. It's really, 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 really nice. Oh, okay, so you could do mini pot pies. That was a set of 4. I got another one, but I just wanted to show you those. You could fit 3 in the pan. These are taco salad molds. Okay, those work. You can only fit 1, but that works if you just want to do 1 pie. That'd be perfect. And it's kind of like a weird shape. And this is a regular pie crust pan. I save that for like beer butt chicken when I do it on the grill. That works. That fits perfect. Okay, so that's about 9 inches. And these are cake pans. I got 2 of those, but they fit perfectly in there as well. Okay, so excuse me, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I'm going to think of that while I cook the chicken, but let me get that ready. Change the angle to the air fryer and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm going to use 1/2 of the can cooker rack. Now this is not the rack that comes with, or you have to buy extra with the DeLonghi air fryer. This is something I got off Amazon. It's 2 pieces, so you have a choice to use one side. It's pretty nice. It's for the can cooker, but it fits perfectly in pretty much a lot of air fryers, including this one. Okay, so I'm going to use the Meatstick Mini. Okay, sorry about my phone. I have to have it on for this. Let's set up a cook. It's pretty cool. I'll put a link to that. See, they now have the option of air fryer, which is nice. Let's see if they have chicken. Yeah, let's go chicken. Chicken. Well done is safe. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. 165 degrees. Okay. And now we need to insert it in the chicken. That's what it looks like. So tiny. It works beautifully. So just put it in there. There we go. Got one hand that's clean, so I'm good, good shape. Let's start cooking. All right, so I'm gonna put everything on full blast. The bottom on, the top on at number 4, okay? If you wanna know what that means, it's always listed down below. What the numbers mean is the highest setting on my air fryer. But the Meatstick will tell me when it's done. So I'll be back. All right, you guys, it just went off at 160, so you let it rest for about 5 minutes. It'll beep again when it's 165. So it was about 30 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna take this out and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. Make sure it's off. I'm gonna put this paddle in there. This is what's nice about this air fryer. You can put stuff in there so it stirs it up. I've got a half a stick of butter here, unsalted butter. All right, and I've got a onion that I diced up. We're gonna cook this up a little bit. All right, so keep it up at the number 4, the highest setting on the air fryer. I'll let you know it's gonna start turning right away because the pan is hot. So it's not gonna take very long. I'll be right back. Okay, here comes the fun part. Woohoo! Same amount of flour to the amount of butter that you use. So that's 4 tablespoons of flour. Oh yeah, we're making a roux. You betcha. All right, so I'm gonna keep the bottom on, but I'm gonna turn the top down a notch, about number 3, okay? I'll let you know how long we do that. We want the flour to cook into the onions. It's gonna be beautiful, trust me. We'll be back. That was 2 minutes, you guys. Just enough time to cook that flour off of there. So let's bump it up to 4, the highest setting again. Look how beautiful that is. Oh yeah. I've got 2 cups of chicken broth here. Okay, and my chicken broth is made with dehydrated chicken bouillon from Canada. The closest thing to the United States that I found was from Goya chicken flavor packets. It's got like parsley flakes and seasonings and stuff like that. All right, so here I have 1 cup of regular milk and 3/4 cups of half and half. All right, let's put some spices into there. I don't have any celery, or I would have cooked celery with the onions. So I've got a teaspoon of, oh my gosh, hang on, celery seed, and half a teaspoon of celery salt. That's why I'm not putting a lot of salt in there. I'm using celery salt. I will type it down below, you guys. Here's a teaspoon of my lovely dehydrated onion powder. That's some good stuff right there. A teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of pepper. Okay, and a half a teaspoon of that chicken base that I use. Okay, this is kind of like a cream of mushroom soup, a condensed cream of mushroom soup. Okay, this is kind of what I'm creating there. I always make my own when I do like the, you know, green bean casserole and stuff like that. This is what I do. So this is what I'm doing for the pie. All right, let's cook this. It's gonna thicken up. Highest setting on your air fryer, and then I'll show you what next, how long I do that. 5 minutes. Got it all mixed up, and this is what I'm going to do. Mixed vegetables by Pick Sweet Farms. How many is that? How much is that? That is 1 pound of frozen vegetables. You can do whatever you want with the vegetables. That's your choice. But this got green beans, and that's beautiful. The whole shebang. Now, just from looking at this, I'm going to use the springform pan because it's going to be a lot. Don't touch that paddle, you guys. All right, so let's cook this up for about 5 minutes, and then I'll add the chicken. But just let you know, highest setting again, bottom's on, all that stuff. If you don't have a bottom burner, just stir it up once in a while. All right, a little bit. I did that for about 10 minutes. Look how beautiful that looks. And let's add the chicken. And that chicken's already cooked, so you don't want to. You just want to mix this up a little bit there, and that'll help thicken it up again. Highest settings, as always. I'm going to do that for 5 minutes and let it cool, and then we'll do the pie. Alright, you guys, I did it a little bit longer. I did about 15 minutes because it wasn't thickening up really fast. Once I put those cold vegetables, frozen vegetables in there, it kind of cooled it down a little bit, but you want like a gravy texture. You see that? Now that's beautiful. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off, let this cool, alright, because you don't want it too runny when you put it in the pie crust. So I'm going to let that cool for about 15 minutes, just like this, and then we'll assemble it together. Let that cool for about 20 minutes. Okay, let me show you what's going on here. I'm going to use the flat pan. If you don't have the flat pan, you could use the rack, and then put like the pie pan on the rack of the regular pan. But I've got this, so I'm going to use this because I'm using the cheesecake springform pan. But oh boy. See what I mean? Look at that. Oh, I got parchment paper down there just so I don't scratch my pan. It's not going to, but it's just a precautionary measure. Get this out of the way. Let me show you this good stuff. Oh! Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Look at that. It's still hot, but it thickens up the cooler the more you let it sit, okay? And that's exactly what I want right there. Oh. I could eat a bowl just like that. So I'm gonna put the pan in there. And don't hate me, but I used frozen pie crust that comes in a pack of 2. So I did that. So let me move this up. I'll be right back. So I oiled this pan pan with some olive oil. Just spray some olive oil in there. And you're just gonna scoop this goodness in there. Try not to make a mess, which is impossible for Booger. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my God. And I'm gonna have some filling left, so I'm gonna make a little one and freeze it. I'm gonna say that's beautiful. See, I've got enough for another one. So I'm gonna vacuum seal that portion and just save it in the freezer for a future pie. Where's my, oh, hang on, let me get my pie crust. So I've got my pie crust here. Look how smart that is. Whew, I feel lazy, no joke, but I had it in the freezer, and that's what made me think of this. I had the vegetables and the pie crust. I was like, you know what? And I had one chicken breast. Alright, so you could do something fancy. You know, you could zigzag it. I may do that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to work with this kind of dough, but... Or, you know what? I think I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll do this. Just so it closes up. Yeah, there you go. All right, so let me finish this. I'll be right back. So let's cut a couple slits in there for the steam to escape. There we go. And here I got an egg that I scrambled up. Brush it with the egg. Okay, let me finish this. I'll be right back. So of course the bottom's going to be on, and let's turn it down to a 3. Okay, if I see it gets dark too fast, I may turn down to 2.5, cover it with foil. I don't know. I'll let you know. But everything's cooked but the pie crust. Okay? There we go. Alright, you guys, a quick update. We're about 12 minutes in, and look how fast that's darkening out. So here's what I did. I got the rack. I put foil under there. Boom. Okay? So I'm going to cook this for another 15 minutes. You're talking 30 minutes total. Just look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Let it sit out. It's still hot, but about 20 minutes and you'll be good. So I'm just going to cut it from the pan. Hopefully you can see that. And this is a pastry cutter. All right. Yes. Look at that, don't that, as my brother-in-law would say. Y'all see that? Look at that. Little zoom action here. Hang on a second. Let me bring you in for that. Yowls. So I'm going to get a fork and taste it for you guys. You guys. Nice crunchy crust. Yummy. Whoops. That is outstanding. Tastes like chicken vegetable soup, green bean casserole, and a pie. That is so good. So I'm going in for a second bite. Delicious. There's nothing that would change about this. I almost put a little bit of Sakia Mama in there just to give it a little bit of kick to it. You can do that. A little bit of cayenne pepper. But get your hands on that Goya chicken flavored packet bouillon stuff. I'm telling you, that stuff is better than plain old chicken broth. You know what I mean? Thank you guys, that's very, very nice. So you can make a pie into a cheesecake pan. You want to see this kind of weird stuff again? Please subscribe. I have a video coming up on Wednesdays and Sundays every week for a few years now. All right, thanks for shopping. Bye-bye.